Hello everyone, I welcome you all in today's science class. Let's get started with the thought given by Mahatma Gandhi ji. If you worry about yesterday's failures, then today's successes will be few. The future depends on what we do in the present. So children, your bright future will depend on what you do in present condition. So always work hard and then the success will be yours. Today we are going to understand the concept of valency. There is a general relationship between the valency of an element and its electronic configuration. Valency means the number of chemical bonds formed by an atom. And generally the valency of an element remains constant in its compounds. Hydrogen atom contains only one electron. Helium atom contains two electrons. Carbon atom has 2 electrons in K shell and 4 electrons in L shell. Neon has 2 electrons in K shell and 8 electrons in L shell. Helium and neon contain their outermost shell completely filled. Helium has electron duplet and neon has electron octet, and therefore their valency is 0. We will discuss in detail about these two inert gases. Atoms of gaseous elements like inert gases, they never combine with any other atom, and these elements are therefore chemically inert and their valency is 0. Sodium atom has 11 protons and 11 electrons are distributed like this. K shell has 2 electrons, L shell has 8 electrons, and outermost shell M shell contains single electron. So valency and electronic configuration are correlated with each other. Valency of hydrogen is 1. Helium has electron duplet, so its valency is 0. Carbon has 4 valence electrons and therefore its valency is 4. Neon has an electron octet, so its valency is 0. Sodium has electronic configuration 2, 8, 1. It has only one electron in the outermost shell, that is valence shell, and therefore valency of sodium is 1. So valency is correlated with its electronic configuration of that particular element. Let us discuss few questions under the heading Use your brain power. What are the symbols used for the shells which accommodate the electrons in various atoms? Just now we discussed there are different shells in which electrons are accommodated, and these shells are having symbols like K, L, M, N. Here is the answer. The symbols used for the shells which accommodate the electrons are K, L, M, N respectively. What is the symbol and ordinal number of the innermost shell? Innermost shell is K shell, so it has ordinal number 1. Next shell is L, so 2 is the ordinal number for L shell. 3 is the ordinal number for M shell, and 4 is the ordinal number of N shell. So innermost shell is K shell and it has ordinal number 1. Write symbol of electron distribution in shell of fluorine atom. Fluorine atom has atomic number 9. So there are 9 protons and naturally 9 electrons are there. And these 9 electrons are distributed like this. K shell has 2 electrons and L shell has remaining 7 electrons. So which two shells will be there in fluorine atom? K and L. Symbol of fluorine atom is F. Electron distribution is 2, 7 and there are 2 shells present in atom of fluorine. Which is the outermost shell for fluorine atom? L shell is the outermost shell for fluorine atom. Which is the outermost shell for sodium atom? Sodium atom has atomic number 11. So electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 1. So which one is the outermost shell for sodium atom? M shell. Sodium atom has atomic number 11. Electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1. So K shell contains 2 electrons. L shell contains 8 electrons and last shell, that is outermost shell, M shell, contains a single electron. So outermost shell for sodium atom is M. Which is the outermost shell of hydrogen atom? Hydrogen atom contains only one electron and that one electron will go in K shell and K shell will be the outermost shell for hydrogen atom. Clear? Atomic number is 1, so one proton and only one electron, and that one electron will be accommodated in K shell. So K shell is the outermost shell for hydrogen atom. And what will be the valency of hydrogen? 1. Atom forms chemical bonds by using electron of its outermost shell. Valency of an atom is determined by the configuration of its outermost shell. Therefore, the outermost shell is called valence shell. Also, the electrons in the outermost shell are called valence electrons. So, the electrons which are present in outermost shell are called valence electrons, and valence is determined by the number of valence electrons which are present in the outermost shell, and that is called as valence shell. Clear to you all? For example, in sodium atom there are 3 shells, K, L and M. M shell is the outermost shell and M shell is called as valence shell, and there is only single electron in the valence shell and that is 1. So valency of sodium is 1. So number of valence electrons are going to determine the valency of that particular element. Helium atom contains 2 electrons. Atomic number of helium is 2. So number of protons are 2 and number of electrons are also 2. And the 2 electrons are accommodated in first shell, that is K shell. Helium has only one K shell that contains electron and the same is also the outermost shell. The electron capacity of K shell is 2. We have seen in previous video that the maximum capacity of shell is determined by the formula 2n square. So maximum capacity for K shell is 2 and this K shell is completely filled in case of helium. This indicates that the outermost shell of helium is completely filled and it is said that helium has an electron duplet. Here is a diagram of atom of helium. Helium has K shell and it is completely filled by 2 electrons and therefore it is said that helium has an electron duplet. Duplet means 2, triplet means 3, octet means 8. So helium has only 2 electrons in K shell and therefore it has an electron duplet. The electronic configuration of inert gas neon contain 2 shells K and L. Atomic number of neon is 10. Number of protons are 10 and number of electrons are 10. L, L shell is valence shell for neon. K shell contains 2 electrons and L shell contains 8 electrons. Ordinal number for L shell is 2. So maximum capacity of L shell is 8. And here in neon, L shell is completely filled, and therefore neon has an electron octet. Octet means 8. L shell is the outermost shell for neon, and it is completely filled, and therefore it is said that neon has an electron octet. Argon is an inert gas having electron in the shells K, L, M. There are 3 shells present in the atom of argon. Atomic number of argon is 18 and electronic configuration is 2, 8, 8. Means there are 2 electrons in K shell, 8 electrons in L shell and 8 electrons in M shell. So which is the outermost shell for argon atom? M shell, right? However, in argon there are only 8 electrons in the valence shell M. M shell is called as valence shell because it is the outermost shell. It means that there are 8 electrons in the valence shell of inert gases, that is an electron octet. So argon also has electron octet. From this it is understood that valence is 0 when electron octet or duplet is complete. Here is the diagram of atom of argon. There are 18 electrons present and that are to be distributed this way. K shell has 2 electrons, L shell contains 8 electrons, and last valence shell M shell also contains 8 electrons. So valence shell is completely filled, and therefore argon has electron octet, and valency of electron octet or electron duplet is 0. Here it is electron duplet of helium atom, and electron octet is present in neon and argon. So it is clearly understood that valency is 0 when electron octet or duplet is complete. Atoms of inert gases do not combine with any other atom. These elements are chemically inert, means that their valency is 0.